Okay, a couple other things. How many have content management on their website? How many can make their own updates on their website? Ooh, that's pretty, not too bad, not too bad. Is it helpful? Yeah? Why is it helpful? Stay current. Yeah. Any other reasons?
I just think it allows you to combine various disciplines and everything. You can blog, you can video blog, you can blog, you can text blog. You can make changes to the visuals.
Yeah. Yeah. Upload new pictures. Yeah. Create photo galleries. Blog. Sounds like you're blogging pretty good.
Lots of people can add content.
Coupons?
Yeah, we do coupons.
You add coupons to your website?
Yeah.
That's great. What business are you in?
Massage.
Massage. All right. And do people call in those coupons?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes?
Gift
Perfect.
certificates never go on yours.
Perfect. And you'll be Twittering soon when we're done with this session, I promise you.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, just that lots of different people can add the content.
Lots of different people. Yes, that's right. Different people in your organization can add content. And all these, well, the three major open source systems, they're permissions based. So you can have, if somebody's in charge of the newsletter in your business, you give them permission just to add newsletter information. If someone's in charge of, I don't know, what else would somebody be in charge of? If you're in publishing, then you have lots of departments and features that you're obviously loading up on your magazine. Okay, let's. You guys ready for a little data? Can I throw a little data at you? Okay. All right. One of the things that a lot of people don't realize, but websites throw off great information. Every time a visitor comes to your website, something like Google Analytics, it's what they call a website metrics program. It tracks when that visitor comes. So when the visitor comes to your website, it'll tell you, what pages the visitor went to. It'll tell you how the visitor got there. Did that visitor type in some keywords to get to your website? Or did it come off another website? And this allows you to see where the strengths and the weaknesses of your website are. So I have just I have an example here. Let me log in. And I recommend Google Analytics.
As opposed to like Contact Manager?
For tracking what's happening on your website, it is the best. We used to pay for a service to do it, and the Google Analytics is free, and their service blows away what we paid for. The data is fabulous, and I'll show you in a second here. Okay. This is, what are we looking at, by the way? We're looking at a gutter installation company that we looked at earlier, New London Seamless Gutters, okay? What I did is I set up a way to look at what happened over the last year. Now, is this business seasonal? Look at, now the left is March, right? We launched the website back in March or February, I can't remember. I think was it last year? Last year. And then you see in the spring there, lots of activity on the website. Then in the sort of getting into the summer, it drops off. And now on the right-hand side, guess what? It's spring again. It's starting to rain. People are thinking about gutters. Okay, in a year, they've had 4,000 visitors that looked at 15,000 page views. Average pages per visit, 3.72. Okay.
Those unique visitors?
Unique visitors. Mm-hmm. I would. They are not unique. That's not unique visitors, no. But in their case, it's close. Each visitor looked at 3.7 pages per visit. I'd say that if your website if people are getting to 3 pages on your website, you're doing pretty decently. If you're looking at 1.5 pages per visit, people are going to your website. If they look at one other page, they go away. Your website's not converting. There's something wrong. You have to dig a little deeper in the data to figure out what it is. The number on the right is called bounce rate. This is a great number. Anybody know what a bounce rate is? A bounce is when somebody finds you, lands on your website, and goes away. They bounce. They just bounce away. Why do they bounce? A million reasons. However, an average is 50%. If your bounce rate is 50% or less, it's pretty good. If your bounce rate is 25%, that means 75% of all the people that come to your website stick around. They like what they see. a good number. Average time on the website. Now, does that make sense? Okay. The data, and I'll go a little deeper. My wife warned me last night. She said, you know, I don't know about this data. Of course, it was like 11 o'clock at night. But you can see top content. Top content means most popular pages. This is a really important piece of information. So let's go look at most popular pages. I don't know if you can read this. The first one is just a slash. That's the home page. The next one is, these are all their services: residential gutters, leafless gutters, profiling. And guess what? The 6th most popular page is request a quote. Is the request a quote page working? Yeah, it sure is. And then here's the about page. Look, people are just combing through their services, and then boom, about. Now, typically the about page, this is a little different here. Typically, the about page is usually the 2nd or 3rd most popular page on a website. That's how important it is. All right, last piece of data here, I promise.
Before you
Okay.
go off that,
Yeah,
not to be picky, but
yeah.
um,
Be picky.
so let's say the web developer launches that site,
Yeah.
and the owner of the business is wife and 25 friends, and you are all talking about what links don't work. It's not going to drive up on a site that you're only really talking about 30 visits at a time. Isn't that development period and changing around going to drive those numbers up?
Yeah, generally. You can filter IP addresses.
Okay.
So you can basically tell Google Analytics, like, don't track these people. But what happens is after launch, those numbers die down really quickly. And as long as you kind of remember when you launched a website, you'll know that that's a blip in the radar. So we used to filter. It just became a little too time intensive, and nobody really cared. And by the time 3 months were gone, nobody really cared about what happened the first month anyway. But yeah, it does. You can spike your numbers, definitely. Top content. Oh, we talked about top content. All right. Pretty still with me here? One other thing. You can see what keywords people are typing into Google to find your website. Gutters, New London seamless gutters, residential gutters. Let's go down here to gutters NH. There's a great on-target search. So they're getting found on that. And there are thousands of keyword combinations that people will type in to find a website. Okay, so moral of this story.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Can you see if somebody's typed in a word that's not anywhere in your page so that you know to add it anywhere, or?
You can't see that through Google Analytics, because Google Analytics will only track what people did to find your website.
That actually did.
But there's other software that I'm going to show you in a second that we use to sort of look at the net of words people use. All right, let's move on.